a group that's very exciting to have. And the reason I was saying that, of course, people don't realize this, but the North Atlantic Coffeehouse Consortium is headquartered in Ottawa. I love that, Ottawa. And we're becoming an international music venue tonight with our next act that has come down from the North. They have recently put out a new full-length album called Salt, which was nominated by the Canadian National Folk Music for a Canadian National Folk Music Award, and as a duo, they are nominated for Emerging Artists category in Canada this year. So, very special. Please welcome. Oh, and I got to say this, you see. Sorry, I'm really done. I'm really just about done. But first of all, Rupert Waits, he's playing a show down in Bellows Falls at Studio 33. We couldn't remember the exact date. It's sometime in May, but look it up at Rupert Waits. Because a lot of people come here, and we only get 30 minutes of them. So here's a group that's about to play, and they've got a show tomorrow night, a full show, over at Sawtooth, the nightclub in Hanover. So give a listen here, and then it's a teaser, and there's a full show tomorrow night. Now, please welcome MOONFRUITS.
Just one instruction. You are a tree, and you are singing. And maybe if there's one other thing, start small, go big. Try it out.
It was very, very cool to take part in the singer-songwriter circle right before the show. Somebody said that the Coffeehouse has become the artistic Swiss Army knife of the community. And I got to share a tune that we were just starting to write, and it was so neat to see so much vulnerability, you know? It's hard to write a song, and it's even harder to share it, especially for the first time. So way to go, everybody who came out. And I got a lot of comments about this little guitar here that's lived a lot. We used to busk. We used to play in the street, and pick guards exist for a reason. But I got this guitar from a guy called Dave, who's no longer with us, and it was thinking about him and other artists that we've known who died quite young, that inspired this next tune. This is called Loki, and it's two gods sitting on a park bench having a gander at us. One soul told another, I'm sorry to bother. You wouldn't happen to have a light. It's funny that you'd ask my friend, why is it we both pretend we like fumbling through the night? So low-key, he grabbed his match, and the fire started to catch. Oh, the light began to divide every single one, a little soul inside. One soul told another, I'm sorry to bother, but what now of those little souls we find? They're just like you and me, and it's not hard to see that without love they'd all go blind. So low-key, he grabbed his match, and the fire started to catch. Oh, the love began to spread wide, every single one a little heart inside. Will they forget the sun and go spending all their spark in a season? Will they forget the light and get caught up in the night of creation? One soul told another, I'm sorry to bother, but if they love, then why do they need to fight? It's funny that you'd ask my friend, why is it they bother trying to pretend being kind is worse than being right? So low-key grabbed his match, and the fire started to catch. Oh, the hearts where the love resides, every single one a little healing inside. Will they forget the sun and go spending all one soul told another, I'm sorry to bother you. Wouldn't happen to Wednesday, we were both born on a Wednesday. We were both born, now we're here, my dear. Wednesday, Earth doesn't know about Wednesday, but she surely knows that we're here, my dear. We are seeds without bees who believe, post believes in the news of the now. We are greed without heat who will bleed to write a deeds on the tomb of the now, while the rich speak for us anyhow. Earth Day, planet doesn't know about Earth Day. Can't be every day while we're here. We made it clear, some say we're being true to form, yeah, some say tomorrow isn't born while we're here. And we're here 'cause we threw out the brakes on the train, just in case their weight was too great and someone might use them. We are seeds without bees who believe, post believes in the news of the now. We are green without heat who will bleed to write the deeds on the tomb of the now, while the rich speak for us anyhow. Someday, we can't really wait until someday. We can't really wait while we're here, my dear.
Thank you so much. I first remember performing this next one in Italy a long time ago, back in the busking days. We played at a place called Together, and it was really the only concert that we did that whole month. We were mostly playing outside in the street, and the song at that time was called Doom. But it sat, sometimes like a good soup or a good stew, a song sits for a long time, and the result is much better than the initial attempt. Or sometimes the soup becomes like the broth for the next soup anyway. And we lightened up on the doom. And we took that word out altogether, in fact. The song is now called 7 Billion, and we'll give you a fairer chance at a sing-along with this one. It'll come around to the end. We'll show you how it goes.
What's just another couple degrees creeping up on the mercury? What's just another couple of towns running from the waters rising up all around? It's all for a handful of men who pick the public pocket and wink like we're friends. It's all roll up your sleeves and scratch for dimes so we can break the piggy bank at bailout time. Oh, and then again. Oh, and then again. We're 7 billion people strong. What's just another century? Binge and boom and bust like it's a soap on TV. What's just another couple of clowns inheriting the working world like it was a crown? It's all for a handful of guys who live to play a game of chance with other people's lives. It's all pinch your pennies, put in your time, but there's never no money for nothing, and never you mind why. Oh, and then again. Oh, and then again. We're 7 billion people strong.
All right. It's a sing-along, and the words are stolen, I have to admit, from an organizing slogan from an organization called ACORN. I don't know if you know about ACORN. I know you have chapters in the US, but in Ottawa, where we're from, in Ontario, there's a great local chapter, Ottawa-Gatineau represent, and they do a great organizing with low-income folks in our neighborhood around tenants' rights and a lot of other things. And their slogan is, everyone does well when everyone does well. And I like that. Alex liked that. We wanted to put it in the song. It was just a little too long, so we made it, we all do well when we all do well. And that's what we'd like to sing with you. It goes a little something like this.
1, 2, 3. We all do well when we all do well. We all do well when we all do well. We all do well when we all do well. Wow. We all do well when we all do well. We all do well when we all do well. We all do well when we all do well. We all do well when we all do well. We all do well. Let's sing it out. We all do well when we all do well. We all do well when we all do well. We all do well when we all do well. We all do well when we all do well. We all do well when we all do well. We all do well when we all do well. We all do well when we all do well. We all do well when we all
You're wonderful. I learned from Adam, it's pronounced Lebanon.
Yep.
We were at home telling everyone we were going to Lebanon. And anyway, my mom's like, I think you go through Vermont. I'm like, I think it's right next to Vermont. The other one that confuses me is Montpellier. How's that pronounced? Montpelier. Okay, that's what I thought I heard on the radio today, and I was going like, wait a second.
You know what really struck me, because I'm francophone, Kate is francophile, going on francophone, and we were driving through Vermont, and it wasn't this time. It was another time that we were coming through the Northeast, and the license plate, Vermont, the Green Mountain State, and I was like, vert, green, mont, mountain, and I was like, oh, of course. Yeah, the penny hadn't dropped just yet.
Speaking of French,
Yes, yeah. This tune is very, it's very near and dear to our hearts. My dad, he passed away not quite 2 years ago now, and there's a very repressive law in Ontario, and most Canadian provinces had something akin to this, where it was illegal to teach in French. You could lose your pension, you could lose your job, you could be jailed. The police would get pretty physical with the teachers as well. And it really cut the language and the culture out from under our legs for about 60 years. So 2 generations. So like my grandmother only spoke French, but she only read and wrote in English, you know. And so what happened was when I started learning folk tunes, I always thought it would work the other way around. You know, I'd learn them from my parents, my grandparents, that kind of thing. But I was teaching them to my parents. I was teaching them to my grandmother. And so this is one of them. This is À la Claire Fontaine, and I got to play it for my dad, you know, at his bedside, basically, just before he went. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I know that one." You know, like he kind of remembered it. And the words to the lyrics are, the words to the chorus are, "Il y a longtemps que je t'aime, jamais je ne t'oublierai. I've loved you for a long time, and I'll never forget you." If you feel like singing along, you can. You can also just like vowel along, and that's fine. That's Claire fontaine, m'en allant promener, j'ai trouvé l'eau si belle que je m'y suis baigné. Il y a longtemps que je t'aime, jamais je ne t'oublierai. Oh, il y a longtemps que je t'aime, jamais je ne t'oublierai. J'ai trouvé l'eau si belle que je m'y suis baigné. Sous la feuille d'un chêne, je me suis fait sécher. Il y a longtemps que je t'aime, jamais je ne t'oublierai. Oh, il y a longtemps que je t'aime, jamais je ne t'oublierai. Sous la feuille d'un chêne, je me suis fait sécher. Sur la plus haute branche, un rossignol chantait. Il y a longtemps que je t'aime, jamais je ne t'oublierai. Oh, il y a longtemps que je t'aime, jamais je ne t'oublierai. Un rossignol chantait. Chante, rossignol, chante, toi qui as le cœur gai. Il y a longtemps que je t'aime, jamais je ne t'oublierai. Oh, il y a longtemps que je t'aime, jamais je ne t'oublierai. Chandre signale, chante-toi qui a le cœur gai. Tu as le cœur à rire, le nez est à pleurer. Il y a longtemps que je t'aime, jamais je ne t'oublierai. Oh, il y a longtemps que je t'aime, jamais je ne t'oublierai. Oh, il y a longtemps que je t'aime, jamais je ne t'oublierai. Oh, il y a longtemps que je t'aime, jamais je ne
Wow. Comme on dirait, un grand merci. Thank you so very much to Adam for having us. The other wonderful musicians who are sharing the night with us. It's just an honor to be here with you all, the audience. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. We really appreciate your presence in the room. It's a really fun way to make our first trip here. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Our little one is fast asleep at home at his aunt and uncle's house, and we're going to sing another traditional song now before we say goodnight and pass the torch. I will say too, we have a mailing list next to our merch area where we send a newsletter when we're coming to your area or if we're releasing new music and such. So if you'd like to stay in touch that way, feel free. And we also have CDs with us and some beautiful tote bags that are made with recycled cotton and screen printed in Ottawa with water-based ink. So if you need a bag for your groceries, we can sort you out.
Yeah, I was actually going to say thank you also to everybody who braved the butter prices at the grocery store in order to make all the cookies in the back.
It's out of control out there. This is J'entends le loup, le renard et la belette, which means I hear the wolf, the fox, and the weasel, and everyone is hungry.
Si dans 10 ans je m'en irai, j'entends le loup et le renard chanter. J'entends le loup, le renard et la belette. J'entends le loup et le renard chanter. J'entends le loup, le renard et la belette. J'entends le loup et le renard chanter. Si dans 9 ans je m'en irai, le jument à Michao a passé dans le pré. Le jument à Michao et son petit boulin. Ils ont passé dans le pré, ils ont mangé tout le foin. L'hiver viendra, les gars, l'hiver viendra. La jument à Michao, elle s'en repentira. Oh, l'hiver viendra, les gars, l'hiver viendra. La jument à Michao, elle s'en repentira. Si dans 8 ans je m'en irai, j'entends le loup et le renard chanter. Si dans 8 ans je m'en irai, j'entends le loup et le renard chanter. J'entends le loup, le renard et la belette. J'entends le loup et le renard chanter. J'entends le loup, le renard et la belette. J'entends le loup et le renard chanter. Si dans 7 ans je m'en irai, la jument à Michao a passé dans le pré. La jument à Michao et son petit poulain, ils ont passé dans le pré, ils ont mangé tout le foin. L'hiver viendra, les gars, l'hiver viendra. La jument à Michao, elle s'en repentira. L'hiver viendra, les gars, l'hiver viendra. La jument à Michao, elle s'en repentira. Si dans 6 ans je m'en irai, j'entends le loup et le renard chanter. Si dans 6 ans je m'en irai, j'entends le loup et le renard chanter. J'entends le loup, le renard et la belette. J'entends le loup et le renard chanter. J'entends le loup, le renard et la belette. J'entends le loup et le renard chanter. Si dans 5 ans je m'en irai, le jument à Michao a passé dans le pré. Le jument à Michao et son petit boulin ont passé dans le pré, ont mangé tout le foin. L'hiver viendra, les gars, l'hiver viendra. Le jument à Michao, elle s'en repentira. L'hiver viendra, les gars, l'hiver viendra. Le jument à Michao, elle s'en repentira. Si dans 4 ans je m'en irai, j'entends le loup et le renard chanter. Si dans 4 ans je m'en irai, j'entends le loup et le renard chanter. J'entends le loup, le renard et la belette. J'entends le loup et le renard chanter. J'entends le loup, le renard et la belette. J'entends le loup et le renard chanter. Si dans 3 ans je m'en irai, le jument à Michao a passé dans le pré. Le jument à Michao et son petit poulain ont passé dans le pré, ont mangé tout le foin. L'hiver viendra, les gars, l'hiver viendra. Le jument à Michao, elle s'en repentira. L'hiver viendra, les gars, l'hiver viendra. Le jument à Michao, elle s'en repentira. Si dans 2 ans je m'en irai, j'entends le loup et le renard chanter. Si dans 2 ans je m'en irai, j'entends le loup et le renard chanter. J'entends le loup, le renard et la belette. J'entends le loup et le renard chanter. J'entends le loup, le renard et la belette. J'entends le loup et le renard chanter. Si dans 2 ans je m'en irai, le jument à Michao a passé dans le pré. Le jument à Michao et son petit boulin, ils ont passé dans le pré, ils ont mangé tout le foin. L'hiver viendra, les gars, l'hiver viendra. Le jument à Michao, elle s'en repartira. L'hiver viendra, les gars, l'hiver viendra. Le jument à Michao, elle s'en repartira.
MOONFRUITS.